Hello everybody, this is Starman, and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 2, Trial by Fire, the VGA remake, the Thief Path. Well, last time you remember, we beat the Earth Elemental and restored the soul of the tree woman Julnar, but not content to rest on our laurels, we are now trying to figure out what's going on with this magical beast in a cage. Well, we'll go ahead and return to the city. You hear a strangled cry of protest from the beast. When you look back at it, it seems to say, "Water, I must have water." Well, we'll get back to it soon enough. And see if he knows anything about... Yeah, he does not know anything about the beast. And yeah, even though we were told to go to Harik, we can go to Aziza first. Get her advice on this. Thank you for the kindness you have shown Julnar. You are a true hero for helping her. Come in, sit down, and be welcome. And you have the option to tell about the beast right there, but let's also... You tell about how you restored Julnar's spirit. You did very well. There's nothing more you can do for her, but I foresee that at some point in her future, her soulmate will come and break the spell completely. And we will be fortunate enough to see that happen in Quest for Glory 5. In fact, spoiler, we're going to have a direct hand in getting her soulmate on the road to helping her. But anyway, we will go ahead and thank Aziza and tell about the beast. You tell Aziza everything you know about the cage beast. There is some form of magical protection around the cage which prevents me from detecting it. It is clear that a powerful magic user intends the creature to die. The beast is probably enchanted. You'll need to find a Dispel Potion to find its true form. Okay, let's ask about the beast. Since the beast is protected from my true sight, then it is probably not what it seems. You'll need to find the Dispel Potion to find its true form. And ask about the Dispel Potion. The apothecary should be able to create such a potion and restore the true form to an enchanted creature. Okay, we'll thank Aziza again. Say goodbye. And we're going to pester Harik some more. Ah, I didn't notice you come in. Welcome back. Well, ask him about the Spell Potion. A potion to break enchantments? I know of one which the victim drinks the potion and the spell ends. It is a pity I do not have any of that potion made up. I have most of the ingredients, though. If you could find the ingredients I am missing, then I could make some Dispel Potions for you. To make a Dispel Potion, I will need the feather of a griffin, and let me think... that may be a problem. I need the fruit of compassion. For the potion to be effective, a strand of the victim's hair must be dropped in at the last minute. However, this is up to you. Okay, well, hair. The hair is the last thing added to the potion just before you give it to the enchanted victim. As the hair of the enchanted victim dissolves in the potion, so too shall the spell dissolve when the victim drinks the potion. The hair must be freshly pulled. This is important. And fruit of compassion. The fruit of compassion is extremely rare. It can only be given, never taken or bought. I have heard rumors of but one plant in the entire land where you may find this. And it's about the plant. There are tales told to me of a woman transformed to a plant through a djinn spell. She stands like a tree somewhere out in the desert, but it is said she bears no fruit. You should talk to the enchantress Aziza, for she would know more about this than I. Well, we already got that taken care of, but the griffin. The griffin is half bird and half beast. It has the head and wings of an eagle, but the body of a lion. Since it is wholly one nor the other, it can be used as a catalyst for change. Well, thankfully... I still need the feather of the griffin, and you need to act the victim's hair at the last moment. Well, thankfully getting the Griffin feather. And I did the wrong thing. I just gave him the thief sign. Most strange. If you have an upset stomach, maybe you should buy a healing pill. And no need to get the Saurus out for this one. I think I can sneak my way there a bit faster. You all remember where the Griffin nest is, right? And bingo. Now, there are a couple of ways to get the feather, and this is one of the things where it differentiates the fighter, wizard, thief path. Fighter, you lift up this big heavy rock here, and there will be a feather underneath it. You're a wizard, you can fetch a feather from the nest, or move this rock in order to lift up the feather. Thief, you're supposed to use your magic rope to climb up and pick one out of the nest. But you know what? I don't feel like wasting my rope. The rock was heavy, but you managed to move it off the feather. Pick up a large feather and put it away. Yeah, that might not be the thief way, but taking the option that doesn't involve me getting close to a sleeping monster is definitely the thief way. Sneak, sneak, sneak across the dunes. And sneak, sneak, sneak back down the dunes. Alright. You give Rick a brief description of the caged beast. That sounds most interesting. It's probably not a natural creature, but around here, who can tell? You could try a Dispel Potion on it, though. Oh, and message here. The art of bench pressing involves interrogation of workbenches. You hope to someday master this extraordinary skill. Alright, well, we will give him the feather. This will only take me 1 second. 1 Mississippi... Hey, 1 second. There, I do for you what I would not do for another. This is a gift for all you have done for the city. I have made 3 potions from what you have given me. Remember to have the victim drink the potion in order to break the spell. You will need to remember to add a freshly collected sample of the victim's hair before the victim drinks it. Now, please excuse me, I must get back to work. Okay, we'll go ahead and... I think we can thank Harik. You thank Harik for giving you some of his incense for free. I'm glad you're able to put it to good use. Say goodbye. And I will take the Saurus this time, just because it'll make getting back much faster. But I am going to save, just in case. Okay, so there's 1 screen length, 2 screen length, 3 screen length, 4 screen links, 5, alright. Now, first things first, just to make it a little easier, you should move closer to the front of the cage. Yeah. The beast greedily laps up the water while watching you with a hungry expression. The beast quickly swallows the dried meat and fruit. And while it's occupied, you get some hair from the beast and mix it into the Dispel Potion. The beast laps greedily at the potion. I know not who you are or why you saved me, but you are a fool if you expect to be rewarded for it. I am Alskurva, an apprentice sorcerer. My former master Ad Avis transformed me into that monster and left me to die. He will be most displeased that I am still alive. Do not think he will be unaware of your interference. He will be watching you from now on. I will give you this warning. Do not go near Ad Avis unless you have some spells of protection or are very quick. If he manages to throw a spell at you, you will either be his willing servant or else be transformed into a creature most resembling your soul. There is some major ritual magic he has planned for when the moon rises between the scorpion's claws and the dragon's teeth. If he succeeds in this, it would be best not to be in this land. I certainly will not be. Just remember, Ad Avis awaits you in Razier. Oh yeah, thanks for the food and water. Well, just to show off, at this point, can't use that item here. Cage door is stuck fast. Well, go ahead and return to the city, but you know what? Let's just go talk to the dervish and tell him about what we did. Just for the fun of it. One screen away. Oh well. Hero's work is never done, and so on. Ha ha ha! Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And we'll thank him. Manuel is always polite, finds many people to help him. Man who tells stories is wise. Man who listens to stories is even wiser. Well, not much, but it is something. And best of all, we now have a story to tell all the rest of our hero buddies back in town. So, and I think it's probably still just midday. Yeah, it's midday at this point, and we have fought the Fire Elemental, restored Julinar, and freed Adscurva. Not a bad day's heroing, all things considered. I think we'll pay one more visit to Aziza first. And do the same thing as ever. Thank her again, and now we can ask her about, or we can talk about the beast. You tell Aziz about Adscurva. Your words are distressing. Adavis is the most dangerous wizard. So now we can ask, without really sequence breaking the game, about Adavis. Adavis cares only for power. It would not greatly surprise me if you were behind the darkness in Rosier. When I try to use Farseep on the city of Rosier, as though it is wrapped in a web of blackness which I cannot see through. And I think that's almost everything that we can tell Aziza about, or ask Aziza about. So we'll go ahead and say goodbye. And head back to the hall. Looks like you need to get some practice. You're getting plenty good. Well, we can tell about the Earth Elemental. It is a shame I could not be around to see you defeated. It would have been a sight to behold. Congratulations on your victory. And we can also talk about the beast. You tell Rakesh about how you turned the beast back into an ungrateful little twerp. After all the praise you have received in Shapir, you must have been disappointed by the man's reaction. Heroes don't always get the credit they deserve. This is particularly true for paladins. Never let others' ungratefulness discourage you, my friend. And we can also talk about Julinar. You talk about how you helped out Julinar in the desert. That was an act of great kindness. Perhaps someday when her spell is broken, she will cross paths with you again. And I don't think we've actually told him about Aziza before. Actually, we have, but... And we can also talk to him about training. Do not lose heart if you are defeated at first. Remain focused during battle and exploit any opening you detect. And I think that's almost everything we can say to Rakesh, but... You be very brave. Nobody else dared to go near it anymore. And we can also tell her about the Beast. With impolite attitude like that, I'd be not surprised he was turned into Beast. And we can also tell her about Jolnar. That will make great bedtime story for Simba. And we can also talk to her about training. Thank her for the training. You'll be getting better already. It'd be very important not to lose patience. Battle skills take time to improve. Yeah, don't I know it. And we can also tell her about Omar. We have people like that in my village too. They don't make poems, but simply collect stories. Still very much fun to listen to. And we will in fact get a chance to meet the storyteller of Ahora's village in the next game. And I think that's enough for now. And I don't know if it'll happen yet, but... yeah, probably won't happen until next day, but there is a new thief quest that they added into the game, the VGA remake, that Julnar is supposed to give you sometime after you beat the Earth Elemental. I guess it'll be day 13 or 14 then. But we can go ahead and say hi. But yeah, we have got nothing left to do for the rest of the day, so we might as well go bug Shamin and tell him stories about what we've been doing. So we can tell him about the Earth Elemental. You are indeed brave to take on such a hulking mass of stone. You can tell about the Beast. You tell Shima about how you saved Alskirva. Some are simply without manners. His actions almost tempt me to consider your own a waste of a valuable Dispel Potion. And we can also talk about... such actions are very kind of you. I do not know many people who would be willing to help a tree. And I don't know if we can get a meal from Shima at this point. Apparently we cannot. But we'll go ahead and sleep till evening. I think after this busy day we have deserved it. Or we have come to deserve it. And yes, she's made us sauerkraut again. Greet, thank. Talk about Earth Elemental. I have been hearing all sorts of stories about it already. Some of them are more exaggerated than others. And we can talk about the Beast. What a rude man. I'm not surprised how one with such a temperament wound up in his predicament. And... what a touching story, hero friend. I do hope she will regain her human form someday. Such a tale lacks its happily ever after ending. Well, since it is evening, I think maybe I'll try and hit up Dinarzad one more time. Not so much. Alright, well in that case, we will go ahead and... Wow. Got turned around there. Go ahead, rest till morning. And see if there's some disaster that everybody needs to tell me about today. May you have a good day today. And yep, breakfast is delicious. The thing of Earth's was most fearsome. The very city trembled from it. We are most fortunate that Shima and Shamin brought you here. Okay, so with that done... That's right, I keep forgetting that she doesn't show up till later in the day. And yeah, nothing really new to talk about with Rakesh, although this is the point when you can borrow the sword from him as a fighter to fight the Earth Elemental if you didn't get it already. The Earth Elemental will be tough, but you sure be tougher. Spend an hour listening to Rakesh talk about his travels. I think just for the fun of it. Don't feel like resting right now. And it won't let me sit down here, unfortunately. Well, we're at about the half-hour mark. I think I'll go ahead and stop here. Rest up off camera, and next time we will see about learning about that final fief job from Dinarzad. And if that doesn't work, well, we'll sleep till day 14, when, if memory serves correctly, we will face the water elemental. We'll see you then.